Welcome to the Strengthening and Conditioning series for Wellness. Today we have Kalle Solberg taking us through our exercises. Now we're going to start by warming up. Warming up helps us to reduce our risk of injury and, of course, the aches and pains that come with exercising. The psychological reason we warm up is to assist our circulatory system by pumping oxygen-rich blood to our working muscles. Now the idea is to increase circulation throughout the body gradually. A proper warm-up safely prepares the body for the increased demands of exercise. Let's get started. First, we're going to start with something called leg swings. And we're going to warm up our hips a little bit by using these leg swings to do just that. First, you're going to start by standing and squeeze your butt really, really tight. Tilt your rib cage down, activate your abs, and roll over to one side to start lifting and swinging your other leg. Now, while you're lifting and swinging your other leg back and forth, think about making sure your hips are really square. Do this about 10 times. And now we're going to go to the other side, remembering what we did on the other side. Start by squeezing your butt, tilt your rib cage down, activate your abs, and lift and start to swing the other leg back and forth. Don't forget to keep your hips really, really square. Good. A few more. Great job. Okay, arm swings. We're going to warm up our shoulders here, and we'll do this by swinging our arms. We're going to start with one arm, swinging it forward. Do this about 10 times and make nice big arm circles, getting their full range of motion. Now switch to the other side, swinging your other arm forward, big range of motion, big circles, about 10 times. Good. Now we're going to go backwards. So start on the first arm and swing that arm backwards in circles. Full range of motion here, big circles, about 10 times. Good. Now let's switch to the other side. Backwards with the other arm. Full range of motion, big arm circles here. Great job. Now we're moving on to high heels. And now this exercise is going to start to bring our pulse rate up a little bit. You're going to start by basically jogging in place, and you're going to focus on trying to kick your butt cheeks with your heels. So kick yourself in the butt. Do this about 40 times. You'll start to feel your pulse rate moving here. Good, almost there. Great job. Now we're going to do another standing in place and running exercise called high knees. So you're also going to run in place, but here the focus is on lifting your knees as high as possible. Good. We're helping get our pulse rate up here. About 40 will do just fine. Great job. Now, next exercise to help keep our pulse rate up and also to warm up our hips and our shoulders. We're going to do some jumping jacks. Everybody knows how to do a jumping jack, but always remember to make sure that you use the full range of motion. Arms all the way above your head. No cheating with bent arms here. Good. Do about 15 to 20 of these. Keep going. Almost there. All right, great job. Next exercise, cross-country skier. Now imagine yourself cross-country skiing in the snow, and we're simply alternating our arms and our legs. It's a slight jump every time you do it. Do about 15 to 20 of these cross-country skiers in place. Good. Next, we're going to do ski jumps. Now this is a great way to activate our hamstrings by doing these ski jumps. They're done by using your hip extension. So the knee is not very bent here, but you're going to tip your hip back and jump up. Now make sure you stretch your hamstrings every time. About 15 or 20 of these is good. Keep it up, a few more. Good. Next exercise is the lunge. Now this is going to help to exercise and warm up our legs and hips. Now the first thing you need to do is start standing in place and step one foot directly in front of you and bend both knees, back leg down, and your front knee down. Both legs are at a 90-degree angle. You'll notice that your back leg, your hip is directly above your knee, and your front leg, your knee is directly above your ankle. Your knee should never go beyond the toes. Now you're going to alternate either side, but you don't need to worry about going so fast. The focus here is to make sure you do it right. 90-degree angles on both legs, knees never below the toes. Good, do this about 20 times. Make sure that your knee is on the outside of your foot. Good. A few more here. Good, now we're going to move on to push-ups. Push-ups should be done with your shoulders directly above your knuckles. So when you do a push-up, make sure that your body doesn't come too far forward or too far back. Try to line up those shoulders with your knuckles directly above. Now you're going to slightly bend your arms slowly and come all the way down to the ground. And then push all the way up through your belly button. Now, if this is too difficult for you, you can always do a modified push-up and you still get the same great benefits here. So you're going to do a modified push-up from your knees. So start on the floor with your knees bent, touching the floor. Now your shoulders are also going to be directly above the knuckles here. Same rules apply. So now slightly bend your arms, slowly come all the way down, bringing your chest to the floor. When you get down on the floor, lift your hands up and then put your hands back on the floor and push straight back up with a nice straight body. Do about 10 of these. Good. Next exercise is burpees. This is a great conditioning exercise. So you're going to start standing and you're going to squat all the way down. Put your hands on the floor and jump back into a push-up position. Now come down all the way to the ground like you're going to do a push-up. Make sure your chest touches the floor. And then you're going to jump back into a squat, come up, jump up, and clap your hands behind your head and repeat. Now the key is to make sure your chest touches the floor. And then also when you come back up, you can use your knees if that's going to help you get in. When you jump up, you need to make sure you clap behind your neck, and that's a burpee. So it doesn't really matter how you go down or how you come up, as long as your chest touches the floor on the way down. And at the top, when you come up, you clap behind your head. Now let's do 10 of these. Good job. Next is sit-ups. This is a fundamental movement to help build core strength, and it looks like this. You're going to start lying all the way down and bend your knees up, and it's a good idea to keep your hands touching the floor. You're going to use your core strength to pull your upper body all the way up, and you're going to reach with your fingertips to your toes. If your shoulders touch your knees, that's great. That means you're reaching the full range of motion. So let's do a couple of these. It's not about speed here. You want to make sure that you get the movement correct. So lie all the way down, keep your knees bent, hands on the floor, bring your upper body all the way up, reaching towards your toes, hitting your shoulders to your knees. Let's do 10 of these. Good job. Last warm-up exercise for today is the good mornings. This is a great exercise to activate your hamstrings. So let's bend our knees slightly and extend your back forward. Now make sure you keep a nice and straight posture. So you're going to tilt your upper body forward until your body is at a 90-degree angle and your upper body is parallel to the floor. Once you come here, you're going to slowly bring your upper body back up and make sure that you are stretching your hamstrings and keeping your knees bent at all times. Let's do about 10 of these. Good, great job. Now you're done with your warm-up for today and you're ready to move on to the next exercise that you would like to do.